What up, guys? Welcome back to another UFC Fight Picks video on the UFC 218 card, Holloway versus Aldo 2. Yeah, pretty good card. I really like the main card, really stacked. The prelims are also pretty good. I see some good, exciting fights here. So yeah, overall it should be a fun night of fights. So let's go ahead and get started here. So first fight of the night on the UFC Fight Pass prelims, we got Justin Willis versus Alan Crowder. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Justin Willis on this one. Well, first of all, he trains at AK, a very high level gym. With Cain Velasquez, Daniel Cormier, Luke Rockholder, and so on. So yeah, he trains with good talent around him. He's a very he doesn't look like an athletic guy, but I think he was a football player before, so he comes from an athletic background. 5-1 is his MMA record. In the UFC, he won his UFC debut. Didn't look that impressive, but it shows, obviously he's winning fights. And also he has some decent takedowns. And his striking output's also not that bad either. So overall, this guy's kind of like a Cormier, like a wrestling slash boxing striking style. So to me, he's kind of like another Cormier. Obviously, just not as good. But to me, it's good enough to beat his opponent here, Alan Crowder. Don't know too much about him, but I do know he's a low-level UFC fighter. Came from that Dana White Contender Series. Yeah, he's not that good. The opponent he beat, pretty much gassed out in the fight. So yeah, to me, not too impressive. And I think Justin Willis here will be able to take him down in the fight. Even strike with him too if he wants, but I think he will take him down on the ground, do some ground and pound, and eventually maybe we can get like a second or third round finish. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Justin Willis. I'm gonna go ahead and just say, let's go ahead and say third round knockout, because I think he's gonna want to wear him out. So third round knockout. All right, next fight, Jeremy Kimble versus Dominic Reyes. Both these guys got power. I've been very impressed with Dominic Reyes. His UFC debut, man, he looked really good. His opponent wasn't like the best fighter or anything like that, but man, he completely smoked his opponent. Here's his UFC page here. 7-0, undefeated fighter, kickboxing, wrestling, speed, athleticism, and intellect. 6'4" at 205 pounds, so he's a very big light heavyweight. Like I said, UFC debut was very impressive. First round knockout, got performance of the night. Knocked him out very quickly. 5 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. He has a front choke. 6 first round finishes, 4 finishes in under a minute. Beaten as an amateur, 5-0 with 4 finishes. So pretty much this guy's a finisher. Let's see. I am confident. His thoughts on opponent Kimble. I am confident I will come away with a finish in this fight. Tough opponent with a lot of experience, and he moves well for his size. Overall, I feel if I come out and fight by fight, I should put him away. Yeah, I believe also that. So yeah, blue belt BJJ. Also, this guy, I think he comes from football also, like Justin Willis. I don't think I see it here though. No, there it is right there, college football. So yeah, pretty much like I'm saying, this is an athletic guy with really good striking, good power, very long for the weight class, and I think he should for sure starch his opponent, Jeremy Kimble. This guy's a striker, good power. He actually is coming off a first round knockout against a tough opponent in Joshua Stansberry, and that really surprised me actually in that fight. But he has got knocked out before by Marcos Rogerio de Lima, and that was also in the first round. So to me, this guy's one of those guys, either he gets knocked out or he knocks out his opponent. But to me, I don't think he's gonna knock out Dominic Reyes, man. This guy, he's gonna be too big, too long for him, and he's way better with his striking. He fights very long, and his striking style looks very clean and crisp. So yeah, I think Dominic Reyes takes him out, and I'm gonna go ahead and say Reyes first round knockout. All right, next fight, Sabah Hamasi versus Abdul Razak Al Hassan. So I'm gonna go to take Abdul on this one. He's a knockout artist, excellent power, has a judo background. Don't really see it in his fights because he mostly uses it, defensively. He is coming off a loss to Akmari Akhmedov. Pretty much he got taken down a couple times, lost by split decision. Whatever, it was split decision loss, but this guy's takedown defense does need some work. His opponent Sabah Hamasi got starched by Tim Means. I think it was in summer 2016. Let me take a look. Yeah, see, August 2016. So yeah, it's been a while since this guy's even fought. It's been pretty much over a year. So coming off a long layoff, and he got beat up by Tim Means in his UFC comeback fight, or actually no, UFC debut actually. And yeah, he got pretty much beat up the whole fight. He showed he has some wrestling there in the beginning of the fight. He took Tim Means down like twice, but Tim Means was able to get up really quickly. Hamasi could win the fight if maybe he's able to just take down Abdul and keep him down, wear him out, because Abdul seems like the type of guy to gas out a little bit because of all that muscle that he carries. But to me, that's a big if. I don't think Hamasi here, especially coming off that long layoff. I mean, we're gonna have to see how he comes out. But to me, I don't think he's gonna be able to employ that game plan on Abdul. I think Abdul, he saw that weakness in the Akhmedov fight, so obviously he's probably been working on it, and probably is just gonna keep the fight standing. If he does get taken down, I'll probably get back up and then probably knock him out, and probably late first round or maybe second round. So I'm taking Abdul in this fight. Hamasi extremely durable. He took a lot of punishment in that Tim Means fight, but Tim Means isn't exactly a power puncher, whereas Abdul is a power puncher. So if he's keeping his back to the fence like he was against Tim Means to Abdul, it's gonna end differently. Abdul got way more power, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Abdul here, and I'm gonna go ahead and say he gets him out of there in the second round. So second round knockout. All right, now for the Fight Pass prelims featured fight: Amanda Cooper versus Angela Magana. So very easy fight to pick. I'm picking Cooper, not because I think she's like the greatest fighter, but Magana is just a very low level fighter, practically a bum, and I don't even remember the last time she fought. Let's just go ahead and check anyway. But yeah, very low level fighter here. Yeah, 2015 summer. Yeah, it's been like 2 years. She got beat up by Michelle Waterson also, I think, in that fight. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna win here. So yeah, completely stay away from Angela Magana. And I actually think, from what I heard and saw, Cooper was the biggest favorite in the card. So yeah, everybody's counting on Magana here. Very easy fight to pick. I'm picking Cooper, and since it's a female fight, I'm gonna go ahead and say Cooper by decision. Alright, now we're on to the FS1 prelims, guys. We got Felice Herrig versus Courtney Casey. Good fight here. Casey, a big strawweight. But I'm going to take Felice Herrig on this one. We saw Courtney Casey's weakness seems to be the ground. Takedown defense isn't that great. Of course, Gadella is the one that really, lowered that takedown defense percentage there. But I think Herrig here could take her down. Herrig has good striking. Comes from a kickboxing slash multi background. But primarily in her UFC fights recently, she's been using her grappling skills. Getting takedowns, working for submissions, and of that sorts. So pretty much she's gonna want to grapple in this fight. I don't think she's gonna want to stand too much with Courtney Casey. But even if she does stay standing, she's serviceable on the feet. She has a very impressive win streak here. 3-fight win streak. Her last loss was to Van Zandt in 2015. So, she's on a good run right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that she keeps the ball rolling here, and I'll say Herrig wins this fight. More than likely by decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if she wins by some sort of submission. So I'll go ahead and say Felice Herrig, decision. Alright, now we're on to the next fight here. We got David Tamer versus Drakkar Klose. Alright, so we got a good striker here in David Tamer, who looked really damn good against Lando Venata, really outstruck him in that fight. Really showcased his striking skills. Excellent, excellent multi. I think he's a Swedish multi champion. Yeah, man, had very high output also, 5.53. That's very high. Yeah, this guy's a beast. His takedown defense looks 80% here, but of course we haven't really seen him get tested too much on the ground. Drakkar Klose, good wrestler here. He's all right on the feet, but he's primarily, gonna want to wrestle in this fight. If he's able to take Tamer down and keep him down for, the whole round, then we're probably gonna see Klose win that fight, unless Tamer catches him, next round or something like that. So we're gonna have to see what happens there with that. Klose is undefeated, 8-0. But you know what? I'm gonna go to take Tamer on this one. I think he's gonna want to. I think he's gonna be able to keep the fight on the feet. Like I said, his striking is really good, and I think it's gonna be hard to beat this guy. Unless you got some really high level ass wrestling, it's gonna be hard to beat Tamer right now. I'm pretty sure he knows that Klose is gonna go for the takedown. I mean, he's a Swedish multi, Swedish multi champion. So, I mean, he already knows he's good on the feet. None of these guys are gonna really do too much to him on the feet. It's on the ground where where he's working his game. So, pretty sure he already knows that. He knows Klose is gonna go for the takedown. So he's he's improving that takedown defense. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Tamer on this matchup. And you never know, he could get a finish here. Let me go ahead and check his last couple fights. The Venata fight, I know that fight went to decision. Yeah, but actually before that, he actually knocked out Jason Novelli and Martin Swevson. Both those guys are very low level. I would say, Drakkar Klose is a higher level guy. So I'm going to just say Tamer probably wins this by decision, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's a third round knockout. So I'll go ahead and just say Tamer by decision. All right, next fight, guys. We got Alex Oliveira versus Yancy Medeiros. So I like the Brazilian Cowboy in this matchup. First of all, he's been looking pretty good in his recent fights. Let me just open up his fighter page here. So yeah, this guy was a lightweight. Now he's obviously fighting over here at welterweight. He was a very big lightweight, and now he's still a pretty big welterweight. So here we go. So yeah, as you guys can see, this guy's actually on a big win streak. Since you guys, well, actually, since we don't count the no contest fight, the first fight where pretty much Tim Means actually should have probably won that fight. But yeah, I mean, if you don't count that, like I said, primarily he's on like a 4-fight win streak here right now. So he beat Monstari, who's a good striker. He beat Will Brooks, obviously a good wrestler. I mean, he just smashed them in that third round. Obviously, that no contest by Tim Means doesn't count. Against Tim Means again, he actually beats Tim Means, takes him down 6 times, and he taps him out in the second round. That's very impressive right there, beating Tim Means, who is, a beast on the feet. And he was actually able to use, a takedown game to be able to beat him with that submission. And against Ryan LaFleur, he knocks him out in that second round early. LaFleur was not able to get him down at all, as you guys can see there. I mean, that's not the first round right there. That's fucking, that's a second round knockout. So LaFleur wasn't able to take him down at all in that first round. So, I mean, damn, Oliveira's looking pretty damn good right now. His opponent, Medeiros, this guy's decent, good striking, great chin. Yeah, he's solid on the feet, good on the ground. Coming off an impressive knockout over Eric Silva. Then he also tapped out Sean Spencer. Both those guys ain't really that high level anymore. Oliver obviously isn't a high level guy either. But since he beat LaFleur, and I think LaFleur used to be ranked, according to this, now they have him ranked at number 15. So yeah, Oliver is moving up the rankings. And like I said, he's looking good. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Oliveira on this one, guys. Like I said, really like the Brazilian Cowboy in this matchup. I mean, he's going to be hard to beat. He has really good striking, good explosive power on the feet. He's long and rangy, good takedown defense. He's very strong also, uses his height to his advantage, to stop takedowns. He gets that leverage on you. And he has a great takedown game at 3.42 takedowns average. Very high takedown accuracy also. So, yeah, I think he's going to be able to win this fight. And I do see him getting a finish here. probably a knockout, like in the second round. So I'm going to pick Cowboy to win in the second round by knockout. All right, now for the featured fight on the FS1 prelims. Pretty much the last fight you're going to see, before you buy the pay-per-view. So we got Charles Oliveira versus Paul Felder. Good matchup, but it's a very easy pick for me. I'm going to pick Paul Felder. This guy's, knocking people out right now. 2 first-round knockouts in his last 2 fights. Has just been looking very impressive. Let's go ahead and just take a look at that real quick. Kicking game and pressure. So yeah, he's been looking very good. I mean, just look at that. Got 2 of those performance of the night bonuses also. So yeah, this guy's been getting that money too. He knocked out Stevie Ray, who's a tough guy. Alessandro Ricci is a multi-striker, and he's, well, not a big name or anything like that, but whatever, he was able to knock him out in the first round. Oliveira is also, I think, coming off a good win. Yeah, against Will Brooks. But I mean, damn, Will Brooks hasn't looked great in the UFC so far. He tapped him out in the first round. Before that, he loses to Lamas and he loses to Pettis. So yeah, we haven't really seen too much of Oliveira here at lightweight recently, besides that Will Brooks fight, and that was just a quick submission where he just catches Brooks. I mean, I don't think Brooks is gonna be able to really take down Felder that easily. I think it's gonna stay on the feet, and on the feet, Oliveira, does have some good multi, but I really like Felder on the feet. I think he's just gonna be, throwing with way more power. We've seen Oliveira get hurt before on the feet, and we know Felder got power, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Felder, and I think he gets a knockout / TKO, whatever. And I think it's probably going to happen in the second round. So I'll take Felder, second round knockout. Alright, guys, we're on to the main card here. Tecia Torres versus Michelle Waterson. Good, female fight to start the pay-per-view. Very close matchup here. Tecia Torres obviously usually wins her fights by decision. Pretty much a point fighter. Yeah, just kind of likes to, outstrike you on the feet. Like I said, just a point fighter. Michelle Waterson, she got that killer instinct. As you guys can see, she's a finisher. She's like the opposite of Tecia Torres. She goes for the finish. I think she got, she got really beat up by, I think, was it Rose? Someone smashed her. I forgot who it was. Yep, looks like it was Rose, yeah. So yeah, actually, yeah, Rose just straight dismantled her. She just really beat her up. And I mean, I think she was a head kick or whatever. She knocked her down with a head kick. Then then she choked her out in that second round. I mean, she really beat her up. Before that, I mean, she was looking pretty good here in the UFC. Won that Ultimate Fighter finale fight against Magana. Obviously, Magana, low level opponent. Then she beat Paige Van Zandt in the first round. That was a good win there. But now obviously she's coming off a loss. Tecia Torres, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick against her because she just finds ways to win. Only has 1 loss, and that loss is to Rose, who's currently the champion. But I think Waterson can get it done. I think Waterson's a really good striker, really sharp on the feet. I think she has more power. I think she's better on the ground, and I think she has a better wrestling game. Overall, I think she's just, better. Oh, I'm not going to say in every area, but, in pretty much most areas, I just think Torres is just more of a volume, point fighter type of striker, just tries to get those points, just tries to win by decision. She never really, looks to, do damage. Just uses a lot of footwork and stuff like that and those kicks. But I'm going to go ahead and take Waterson in this matchup. I just think, like I said, she's more of, the better, more well-rounded fighter here, I would say, because of that wrestling and that grappling. And also having that striking and submission game. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Waterson here in this matchup. It's a female fight, though, so I'm going to go ahead and say Waterson wins by decision. But that is a close fight, though. Alright, now we're on to the next fight, guys. A very fucking good fight. We got Eddie Alvarez against Justin Gaethje. Man, this is gonna be a really good fight. Both these guys, both of them get into wars pretty much. They get brawling. So I mean, it's kind of like the battle of the brawlers here. Let's see who has the better chin. Let's see, who has the better will to win. But I mean, I already know who it's gonna be, guys. It's gonna be Justin Gaethje, man. So obviously, I'm picking Justin Gaethje here. First of all, I mean, he gets rocked, gets takes some damage there from Michael Johnson, who's a really good power puncher, excellent boxer, really good on his feet with that boxing. I mean, he rocks Gaethje, has him hurt, and Gaethje still comes back and then knocks him out in that second round. I mean, Justin Gaethje just got heart. He got a granite chin, even though he gets rocked. He has excellent recovery, excellent power, excellent cardio also. So, man, this guy's just, he's made for, he's made to fight, made to go to war. His opponent, Eddie Alvarez, he's coming off, I think, still that fight against Dustin Poirier. Let me just look that shit up here real quick. One time. Yeah. Yep. Round 2 cannot continue. Before that, he gets knocked out by Conor McGregor. So yeah, Alvarez hasn't looked that great. I mean, he was rallying back in that Dustin Poirier fight, but before that, Poirier was absolutely starching him. I think in this fight, if Alvarez is not able to get Justin Gaethje on the ground, which I don't think he's going to be able to do, because Gaethje is also an excellent wrestler, and he's going to use that wrestling to keep the fight on the feet, because I know Justin Gaethje wants to keep the fight on the feet and just, just knock him out, just go to war, just stand and bang pretty much. And yeah, if Alvarez can't take him down, which I know he won't, he's going to have to stay with him on the feet. And on the feet, I mean, his striking just it's not good enough. I think Gaethje is just more sharper on the feet. Alvarez has, I guess some alright boxing, but Gaethje, I mean, he has really good kicks. I mean, he's even, stopped fights with leg kicks. So he has hard leg kicks. Excellent punches, just really good power punches. Like I said, excellent power. And he just keeps on coming and keeps on throwing also. He's very high output. So, I mean, it's going to be hard for Alvarez to be able to beat him. Alvarez is going to have to just pretty much clip him, hurt him, and then hurt him again before, Gaethje could recover from that. Because, like I said, Gaethje has really fast recovery, and even Johnson couldn't take him out. And Johnson's, I would say, way better than Eddie Alvarez on the feet, especially on the feet. I think Michael Johnson would straight starch Alvarez also. So, I mean, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take Justin Gaethje. I mean, he's one of my most confident picks here in this whole card. And I do think he's going to get the knockout. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Gaethje here. And it could end early in the first round, but I'm going to go ahead and say somehow Eddie's going to survive. And it's going to go to the second. And Gaethje will stop him in the second round. So Justin Gaethje, second round knockout. Alright, now for the next fight, guys. We got a good flyweight fight here. Henry Cejudo versus Sergio Pettis, who's looked pretty damn good lately. I'm actually still going to pick Henry Cejudo because he's also coming off an impressive win. But, I mean, let's just go ahead and just, take a look at the fighter pages here real quick. Obviously, Cejudo, really good wrestling, good striking, good power, good boxing. Coming off a second-round knockout win against Wilson Hayes. He just absolutely starched that guy. I mean, he just pretty much one-punch knocked out Wilson Hayes, which is very hard to do at that division. Got Sergio Pettis here, man. He's on a really long win streak here. 4-5 win streak. All wins by decision, though. I mean, he just pretty much... I'm not going to say he's a point fighter, but, he's not absolutely, knocking people out or anything like that. I think, yeah, it looks like all his fights here in the UFC, he's won by decision. And he's also lost 2 fights in the UFC. One by knockout, one by submission. So, yeah, before I remember people saying Pettis has no chin. Because, he was getting hurt at 135. Actually, I think he got knocked out by what's his name? Ryan Benoit or whatever. He got knocked out by him actually at flyweight. But, I mean, at one point it looked like this guy had no chin and he wasn't looking good. And now he's able to rally back. And now he's looking good. But, yeah, Pettis has been looking good on the feet. Very impressive. Also working, some good takedowns also in his game. But to me, Cejudo's just, a step higher. I think Cejudo has better striking, better boxing for sure, way more power. Also, I mean, just way better wrestling. I mean, obviously, Olympic level wrestler here, gold medalist. And Cejudo, I mean, now that he looked really good in that Wilson Hayes fight, I mean, I really wanted to see him fight Demetrius Johnson again. I mean, he has that pop in his punch. I mean, man, he just has like a weird, kind of has like that McGregor, that McGregor style, like that karate stand style. And he just popped him and then just starched Wilson Hayes with that punch, man. That was just so clean when I saw it. I was like, damn, that was so fast and clean. So yeah, Cejudo's look good. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say he keeps it. I'm gonna go ahead and say he keeps it going. So I'm picking Cejudo here to win this fight. I don't know about him finishing Sergio Pettis. I mean, he's tough. He's looked good. He has momentum. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Cejudo wins by decision. Maybe just takes him down a couple times, beats him up on the ground. But you never know, man. He could also knock him out on the feet again, or knock him out on the feet just like how he did to Wilson Hayes. But I'll go ahead and pick Cejudo by decision. All right, now for the co-main event, guys. Another very good fight. Like I said, this card's stacked. We got Overeem versus Ngannou. Overeem being one of my favorite fighters here in the UFC, man. I really like his striking style. Just really good striking, K1 level. Man, he's just a beast. And Ngannou also a beast though, man. This guy's huge. I mean, fuck. He weighed in at 262. Overeem I think weighed in at 247. So I mean, Ngannou's gonna be a lot bigger, 15 pounds bigger. Also has a 3-inch reach advantage here according to the website here. Ngannou, excellent power, good striker, and he's a finisher. He's knocking everybody out, or he's tapping them out. So he's one of these new breed of fighters coming in here. But Overeem, I mean, he's really good on the feet, man. Overeem has been playing a different game lately. Obviously, if you guys didn't notice, using footwork, just kind of keeping distance. He's just a more patient fighter, more relaxed on the feet. He's not trying to close the distance too much. He keeps the range. Lands his shots. Those pot shots. Kind of just like a counter striker, man. I mean, Overeem, he's still a beast though, man. He still looks good on the feet, but he fights very safely nowadays because he's got knocked out a couple times. So that chin, it's hard to trust his chin, man. I mean, he gets hit and then he's rocked right away. So I mean, Overeem got to protect that chin. So I mean, Ngannou here could take him out very early in the first round, guys. But Overeem is a better striker, and I do think Overeem is still, he's still for sure the better fighter here, the more well-rounded fighter. But the thing is, Ngannou has that power, and he's explosive, and he's fast, and he's long. So all that put together, he has a chance to win this fight by landing that one shot. So it's hard, to pick Overeem here, but I'm a big fan, and I'm picking Overeem. I still think he's gonna win the fight, but like I said, if he gets caught, he's probably gonna go down. So that's a worry here. A lot of people are picking Ngannou, they're on the hype train, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick Overeem. I think he's gonna find a way to get it done. I think he's gonna avoid those big heavy shots from Ngannou. Ngannou also being the bigger fighter here. If this guy makes it out the first round, he's gonna start gassing in that second round and the third round, and Overeem will take advantage. That's why I think Overeem's going to win this fight in the second round by knockout. He's going to land those shots. And also, I heard that Ngannou got rocked or stunned, by a jab from Curtis Blades. And that's a lot different than getting hit by Overeem. Overeem hits hard, has excellent timing, and he still hurts his opponent. Still got that power. So, yeah, I'm picking Overeem. And let's just see how Ngannou's chin does against Overeem. So yeah, Overeem, second round knockout. Alright guys, now we're on to the featured fight, aka the main event on the UFC 218 card. Max Holloway versus Jose Aldo. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick pick on this one. I'm picking Jose Aldo. He's actually the same pick I had last time, and this is obviously the rematch. So yeah, let me go ahead and tell you guys why I'm picking Jose Aldo again. So yeah, I'm picking Aldo because, well, first of all, he's looking way more confident, and he didn't utilize the leg kicks in the first Holloway fight. I think he was saying he was injured, or some sort of leg injury, something like that. Either way, pretty much he wasn't 100% in the fight. So Aldo was really relying on that boxing, and even with just relying on on his hands, he still did good in the first 2 rounds against Max Holloway. He looked really good in that first round. But obviously it's always an issue, when Aldo gets tired in his fights. He starts gassing out. That's why he probably got finished against Holloway. But, I mean, Holloway was able to hurt him. But Holloway could also be hurt also. I mean, I think in that first round, Aldo clips him a couple times. And it looks like Holloway, got stunned there for a couple seconds. So, Aldo could hurt him. And a lot of people are obviously picking Holloway because he won the first fight. And he's a big favorite. I think it's like -300. But I'm picking Aldo on this one. I just think he's going to find a way to get it done. Now that he's the challenger, he says he's more hungry. And to me, he looks more confident. And he does look more hungry. And he's going to come out aggressive, like he said. So I think he wants that belt. So yeah, I expect a different Aldo in this matchup. I expect him to utilize those leg kicks. I expect him to look good on the feet. And I think it's going to be a fun fight. So, I mean, it's just going to be a good fight overall. But, yeah, I think Aldo's take it on this one, guys. So, I'm picking Aldo. I don't know if he wins by knockout, though, or anything like that. I don't know. I think it's going to be a really fun fight. So, I'm going to go ahead and just say Aldo by decision. But I'm not going to be surprised if he knocks him out. I mean, if he hurts him early, could take him out of there. But, yeah, I'll pick Aldo by decision, guys. All right, guys. So, that does it for my fight picks. Sorry if it was a long video. But, I went over pretty much every fucking fight. Covered a lot there for you guys, so hopefully you guys appreciate that. But let me go ahead and just give you guys my most confident picks. So I'm picking Justin Gaethje as my number 1. I'm very confident he gets the win, just a beast, and for sure I think he gets the knockout. Next confident pick would have to be Dominic Reyes. I do think for sure he gets the win. He's a beast, looks really damn good, and yeah, I think he gets that knockout also. Next, just as a general pick, I mean, come on now, Magana sucks. Cooper would be my next confident pick. But then, you know what? Then again, it is a female fight. You never know. What if Magana makes it a dirty fight or something, But you know what? Let's just go ahead and scratch that. The next one would have to be, Cejudo. Yeah, pretty much. So it would have to be Reyes, Cejudo, and Gaethje. Those are my top 3 most confident picks. Least confident pick would have to be, I'm not going to say, I don't know, maybe Overeem. I guess I could say Overeem because if he gets hurt. But then again, I'm confident, but I mean, I know the danger, with picking Overeem. He gets hit in that chin, he's going to get knocked out. You know what? At least 3 confident picks or whatever. So my least 3 most confident picks, or least confident picks would have to be Overeem because of the chin, could get caught. Aldo because, well, he got finished, so what if he gets hurt again or finished again? And then finally, Abdul, Razak. What if this guy gets laid and prayed or whatever? What if he can't get off his back and just gasses out or whatever? So yeah, that's it for my picks, guys. That's it for the top 3 most confident and top 3 least confident picks. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for the support. Subscribe for more videos. Like I said, I do these every single time for the UFC fight cards. And what else? Check out the links below in the description to support the channel. You guys play DraftKings. I might do a DraftKings video, but if you guys post in the comments, you guys want me to make one, I'll probably make one for you guys. So yeah, that about does it for me. Thanks for watching. And yeah, enjoy the fights. Catch you guys on the next video.